Hillary Clinton once said, "Human rights are women's rights, and women's rights are human rights." And this is important whenever it comes to disputing the very serious and controversial topic of abortion. According to Gale, quote, "Abortion is the spontaneous or artificially induced expulsion of an embryo or a fetus. In the United States, between the years 1880 and the early 1970s, it was a crime for a person to perform an abortion. There are two types of abortions. According to Cody Rzuski, a surgical abortion is one in which there is a physical procedure that involves scraping or vacuuming the content, and there is a medical abortion as well that involves a pregnant female taking an oral medication in the hopes of a terminated pregnancy." As said earlier, abortions were made illegal in every U.S. state after 1890. This is mainly due to religious complications that involved religions such as Catholicism that saw abortions as morally wrong and evil. However, abortions were still done illegally, especially during and after the 1920s, which are considered to be the Roaring Twenties because of the fact that during this time period, women were empowered and were exploring free will. According to Melvin Urowsky, there was a study that indicated that during the Great Depression, around 600,000 to 800,000 women had abortions. However, between 8,000 and 17,000 women died per year due to incompetent and uncaring abortion providers. And then in 1973, there was a court case by the name of Roe v. Wade. This was a court case in which that legalized abortions in all 50 states. It basically said that the banning of abortions by state law and legislature was unconstitutional. So what is the current issue? According to Susanna O'Dea, the issue of a woman's right to decide to continue or terminate a pregnancy became one of the U.S.'s most challenging political questions of the past 3 decades of the 20th century. This is a debate between two sides of one argument, between pro-life advocates and pro-choice advocates. Pro-life advocates are people who are in opposition of abortions and basically say that abortion is manslaughter or murder. However, pro-choice advocates are people in support for abortion saying that abortions are a woman's right. Not only this, but there are also political debates going on within the United States over abortion bans and early abortion bans, trying to prevent abortions from taking place and going against the court case Roe v. Wade. Alabama currently has the strictest law saying that no abortion is legal unless it endangers the woman's life. There are currently no acts of state laws that prevent abortions before the first 20 weeks of pregnancy. However, 9 states have passed heartbeat abortion bans. However, none of these are in effect. A heartbeat abortion ban is one in which that an abortion could not happen after a heartbeat is discovered within the fetus. Out of 9 of these states, some of them have 6-week abortion bans, and 2 of them have 18-week abortion bans, and one of them, Missouri, have an 8-week abortion ban. However, Alabama is the only state with no limit on an abortion ban, basically saying that regardless of how early or how late you decide you want an abortion within your pregnancy, it does not matter because it is still illegal. However, majority of these bans have an exception rule, usually in cases of incest or rape, or in which the woman's life is endangered, or if there is a medically futile or stillborn baby. So why should you choose to be pro-choice? There are multiple reasons. The first reason being health complications for mother and child. This includes a stillborn or miscarriage, and children that could be born with medical disabilities or complications. This would furthermore prove the point that abortions can help out families in which they can be presented a very sad and unfortunate situation, but can help alleviate some of the hindrance and suffering their child would go through. Not only this, but a woman's life could also be put in danger whenever it comes to childbirth and actual pregnancy itself, including infections, things like sepsis, and internal bleeding that can cause a lot of issues and potentially end their lives. Not only this, but another reason would be endangerment of the child after it is born. This includes a child being born into a financially unstable home, a child born into an abusive household, or a child that is born into a family with already existing criminal history that could further influence them to go down the wrong path during their life. Not only this, but it would also contribute to the already growing overpopulation problem on planet Earth, enough as it is. Our Earth is overpopulated, and not only this, but there are also adoption centers who are already struggling to find home for existing children, and would only grow that issue if abortions were outlawed. Not only that, but it would also create more environmental issues due to the fact that overpopulation that is already existing is causing environmental problems, such as global warming. Not only this, but there are specific cases that should be taken into consideration, such as incest, rape, and teen pregnancy that are already existing issues that would only be made worse if abortion would be outlawed. Not only that, but think of all the fatalities that could happen from outlawing. This is because there are already existing safe abortion clinics that women can attend if an abortion is necessary. However, if you take these clinics away from them and not give them a safe outlet, they are more inclined to stay home and try to do creative ways to mimic an abortion that would probably end in an accidental death. Not only this, but there is the simple fact that it is a woman's natural right to decide on the decisions regarding her body. It is a natural-born right in the Constitution for not only women, but males as well, of any race, color, shape, and size, to have things such as their privacy rights, as well as the decisions that they can make within their own body. It would be wrong to strip a human being of their constitutional rights, so it would also be wrong to strip a woman of her natural-born rights to make decisions regarding her own body and privacy.